covered in 1,000,000 bees, and a record so impossible it will never be broken. Of extreme roller skating. But look, whether you're the world's first at that or at this, let's not discriminate, guys. Both are as impressive as the other. Did he just base jump into another plane? Jesus. 1,000,000 bees was terrifying, but base jumping into a moving plane mid-flight is insane. That landing did look nice though. I bet James Bond and Tom Cruise are taking notes. But here's something that could never make its way to the silver screen. When it comes to having pinpoint accuracy, people usually think of hitting targets, but the point here was 2 tunnels. And his pin was a plane. Now that's having tunnel vision. He just brought a GTA stunt into real life. I hope this guy knows there's no respawning in the real world. And first, we've got someone with more strength than a single finger than most of us have in our 2 arms combined. This guy broke the record by doing 45 one-finger push-ups in 30 seconds. Damn. Talk about having your hands registered as lethal weapons. One who drives? This kind of feels like a personal attack. You mean to say there's people out there parallel parking themselves into the record books? That space was only 8 centimeters either side. I'd need that tripled at least. On the topic of having cojones of steel, we gotta talk about the human cannonball. Warning, this is a trained professional in a controlled environment. Do not attempt. Like seriously, leave this stuff to the pros. I mean, this gives a whole new meaning of firing live rounds. And if the human ammunition part wasn't crazy enough, well, he also blasted himself through a ring of fire. Let's be real, a stunt like that would even scare Johnny Knoxville. Knoxville would never dream of attempting is taking on bees. Many bees. According to experts, 10,000 bees weigh approximately 1 kilo, so its estimated Gauss body was covered by about 1.1 million bees. One way or another, those little stingers will keep you on your toes. But this guy decided to cover himself from head to toe in over 1,000,000 of them. Being niche when it comes to breaking records can go a long way, but this is going overboard, isn't it? All right, guys, now it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for. The #1 most insane record that will never be broken. I'm talking about something so crazy, he wasn't even sure he'd make it out in one piece. The only possible thing that can top jumping 25,000 feet out of a plane without a parachute is free falling from space. At approximately 39 kilometers into the stratosphere, not only did he become the first person to free fall from space, he also became the first to break the speed of sound on his way down and live to tell the tale. Now that's one giant leap for mankind. Those drifts are over after a couple seconds. What happens when it lasts 8 hours without even stopping once? To break the record, he needed 549 laps. He is above 2,000 laps right now. The team over at BMW wanted to complete the longest vehicle drift in existence on a never-ending donut. Not the sweet kind, though, because on the 223-mile circuit, 5 fuel refills were needed over the course of the day. And if you're wondering how they refueled, yeah, they didn't stop for that either. Okay, so we've seen 8-hour-long drifts, driving with feet, and jumping over a whole freaking town. Not the only ones playing with gravity. Because here's a truck that looks more comfortable airborne than having its wheels on the ground. What better reason is there to build an entire town than to launch a pickup truck 379 feet over the length of it? I know they say Red Bull gives you wings, but have they been replacing the gas with it too? Wings, or arms for that matter, then having feet like he does is the ultimate superpower. And he's not just a hands-free driver. He's also a professional race car drifter, needing a full airport runway for his skills to take flight. Drifting 172 miles per hour isn't for the faint-hearted, but this man's got the twinkle toes to do it. Having strong fingers was impressive. Imagine the strength and flexibility needed to pull this off. How do you even figure out you can do something like that? It's like discovering you've got rubber bands for bones and wheels for feet. And not only did he do some serious multitasking, he also limbo skated 145 meters beneath poles just 30 centimeters high. I mean, he basically just morphed himself into a vehicle. He's not the only one working wonders on wheels, though. This guy's anything but a professor. This is the most dangerous thing that I've ever done. It's not just me who double-checks the seatbelt on roller coaster rides, right? You know, just in case. Well, this guy checked everything and made sure to ignore them completely. Then he ditched the seatbelts, as well as the whole seating arrangement and carriage, and went fully solo on his skates. With each hail, the speed builds, 6 miles an hour. With each turn, the punishing G's get harder to fight. He's lost the plot. Somebody stop him. But what if we raise the stakes and switch up the vehicle a little? Just like a fish out of water, it was out of the slopes and into the air, smashing the distance for the longest snowmobile jump with 412 feet. It's hard to believe that this is even real. Damn, son, where'd you find this? Those margins were tight. Dude Perfect set out to beat the world's highest basketball shot from the 108th floor of the Strata. The only problem? Each failed attempt was like a projectile hurtling down to earth. And there were a lot of them. Watch the car, watch the... Oh, that's gonna leave a mark. But after 4 days and 25 hours of total attempts, this is the world's highest basketball shot. They finally sunk it in from 856 feet up in the air. That sounds crazy. This guy with the speed of a car, that's 89.41, on a skateboard down a hill without anything strapping him down. Think about it. It's just one tiny rock or pothole at 90 miles per hour and it's lights out. Thankfully, that wasn't the case though. This right here is a 2-meter cave, and he intends to fly through it, and not just with some remote-controlled drone. No. That would be too easy. He's putting on his wingsuit and channeling his inner Superman. This might just be one of the few times where wearing a helmet is completely useless. But when you can fly through the air this skillfully, there's no such thing as a gap too tight. But what's more intense? That or this? Anyone 172 feet high up would usually need to be attached to some sort of safety harness. But what if I were to tell you he's not just taking in the views, he's gonna become the view? Just falls. Oh, he's got to hold it. He's moving a little too fast. Oh, he flies through. And I don't know about you, but I think anyone who's prepared to dive about 105 feet per second deserves the Medal of Bravery.